All right, heading into this weekend, we have our Saturday forecast warm and humid, and then our Sunday forecast very different, much cooler by about 20 degrees. We're looking for highs in the 60s on your Sunday. First, though, Saturday midday, we're looking ahead to maybe a couple of showers, but I'm actually not seeing a whole lot of rain on Saturday. We do expect some scattered rain early Sunday. And by early, it's looking like maybe very early, around sunrise, maybe even before sunrise in spots. And we could already be looking at a drier, cooler, clearing kind of day by afternoon, maybe even by late morning or midday in spots. And we're staying again much cooler on Sunday. Just checking out what's happening on Saturday, heading into the afternoon. We do have rain out to the north of us and our stalled front, which will stay stalled most of Saturday. Eventually, an upper trough will move in. We'll push this to the south, and that's why we're getting that cooler air heading into Sunday. As for our severe risk with this system, it's looking low, but notice that a marginal risk is extended into our extreme northern parishes. We'll be watching closely. This is mostly for when these storms move in late tonight and into very early on Sunday. So again, something we'll be watching for you, but just not seeing a whole lot of very strong storm activity with this particular system. We're at the level 1 out of 5 for severe risk categories. Look at this drop off in temperatures, though. Here we are at 80 or so in New Orleans. We're expecting highs in the middle 80s on Saturday. And then at Jackson, Mississippi, 60s. Shreveport, 50s. And then, of course, we have 40s or 30s the farther north you go, of course, into the Midwest and northern fringes of the U.S. Here's what we're expecting with precision cast through Saturday. Maybe a couple of showers or storms you saw especially farther north where the front will be located. Now this is by tonight, 9 p.m. The front starts to get a nudge south, maybe a couple showers. And then this is by tomorrow. Now notice the model does have the rain weakening as it moves in, but maybe a line of some storms firing up along that front. Now I've paused it here very early. This is before sunrise on your early Sunday morning. So again, there will be a low end risk for a couple of strong storms, but we're not seeing a whole lot as far as that goes. And then we take it to 10 a.m. tomorrow, and this model has us already drying out after whatever bit of scattered rain we did get finishes. So we'll have some clouds for the early part of the day. Look at this though. Afternoon, we're drying out, we're cool in the 60s, and we're seeing some sun, and we're feeling much less humid with that drier air moving in. So our big Q&A for the rain this weekend, slight chance on Saturday, but mainly Sunday early in the morning. We're talking about maybe up to an inch. And severe weather, not really expected, but again, we'll be watching closely. As for those rainfall forecast amounts in the next 7 days, not looking like a whole lot for our area. In fact, this is the GFS model showing, actually, this is just through Sunday. After that, we really don't have a rain chance, which I'll show you in a second. But for Sunday, it's up to about a ½ inch for some spots. It has about an inch toward Bogalusa. Another model has just a little bit more than that, about an inch to an inch and a half along the coast, but otherwise about a ½ inch. As for the Mississippi River, just a quick note, you may notice if you're out and about this weekend, maybe getting toward the river for different things happening, it is higher. You may notice that the level has gone up. In fact, the latest as of Saturday midday is 11 feet, and it's forecast to rise a few more inches, maybe topping out Tuesday or Wednesday of this upcoming work week, somewhere below 12 feet. Now remember, that's well below the flood stage. This is all at the Carrollton gauge, these numbers, by the way, but of course you'll see the river higher at other locations. Flood stage is 17 feet, so when it's topping out near 12, we're staying well below that. But again, it's looking a lot higher than it was looking even just a couple weeks ago. The forecast way beyond this, by the way, into May is to stay steady for a little while and then eventually to start falling back to 10 feet and then 9 feet as we go further through the month of May. So typical to see that this time of year with that river rise, but again, not getting toward flood stage, it looks like, thankfully. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, 60s all day long, starting in the 60s, ending up around 67 or 68 for the high. 40–50% chance for those scattered showers and a few storms early in the day and then drying out. And look at Monday, 40s north of the lake, and actually Tuesday morning we may be in the 40s as well. South of the lake, we're looking for 50s. So I folded up and packed away my heavy coats just a couple days ago, but you may still want a sweatshirt or something like that for tomorrow for sure. Maybe a lighter kind of jacket because the mornings will be rather chilly Monday and Tuesday. We'll have partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions those days. Then check it out. All eyes, of course, on that weekend forecast, even the Thursday and Friday forecast for Jazz Fest, for Zurich Classic. Lots of people in town, and it does look warm, a little more humid by that point, but also dry and partly cloudy. So don't have to worry about, it looks like all the way through the first weekend of Jazz Fest, about rain, which is of course the big question. So that would be a good thing. Again, it will be feeling a bit warm and humid though, and of course bright and sunny at times. So remember hats, sunscreen, and staying hydrated and things like that for Jazz Fest this weekend. But that's about the only concern. Other than that, just the gradual warm up coming through the work week.